Kyle Horan tribute speech. A great man once said, "You can't put a limit on anything. The more you dream, the further you get." That man was, and still is, someone I look to for guidance and understanding. He's the reason I still go to the school I'm going to, and the reason why I try to better myself day after day after day. Michael Phelps is widely considered the greatest swimmer in the world to date, and is praised for his almost insurmountable achievements, both in and out of the pool. Michael Phelps deserves praise because of his status as a role model today, and because of his accomplishments and contributions to the sport he dedicated his life to, swimming. At an early point in his life, Phelps realized his trade and what he wanted to do to better himself as a person. Michael was born on June 30th, 1985, in Baltimore, Maryland, to Fred and Debbie Phelps. He was the youngest of his other two siblings, Whitney and Hillary. Phelps decided to try swimming at the age of 7 when he saw Whitney try out for the 1996 U.S. Olympic swim team, just at the very young age of 15. However, at the age of 7, the soon-to-be Olympian would have to master his first challenge, putting his head underwater. Phelps recalled it as, "At first, I was a little scared to put my head underwater, so I started with the backstroke. I was still a little scared because I thought I didn't have any goggles on. This was the first sign of greatness that truly spoke to me on a personal level. To know your own fear and rise above it was one thing, but to become the master of your own fear is something that we all should try towards." After Phelps had mastered the backstroke, he would have to prove himself yet again. After having seen the 1996 Summer Games in Atlanta, Michael didn't hesitate to start training so he could reach his newfound goals of becoming a champion. He would soon meet his official swim coach, Bob Bowman, who would work with Phelps for 3 grueling years to give Phelps the training he would need to become the best swimmer he could become possible. And in 1999, all of that hard work would pay off because he would have made the U.S. National B team. And just 1 short year later, Phelps would be packing his bags and heading for Sydney, Australia, to compete in the 2000 Summer Olympics. At the time, Michael was only 15 and was considered the youngest American male swimmer in the Olympics in the past 68 years. Michael proved that you don't have to be an adult or have gone to college to make an impact. You decide when you want to become who you are. Michael decided early on, and because of that, he was ahead of the game. But Phelps didn't stop there. During the period of time from 2001 to 2003, Phelps continued to set and break his own records. By the time he was 17, he had held 5 world records and, of course, incidentally, earned the title of the world's youngest male swimmer to set a world record. And in the 2004 Olympic Games in Athens, Phelps brought home 8 medals to the United States, of which 6 were gold. It was around this time that swimming had started to gain some of the prestige and honor that was well deserved. But this was also a time when Phelps was looked at as somebody that fell short of the great Mark Spitz, who had won 7 gold medals in the 1972 Olympics. Also around this time, weeks before the Olympics in Athens, Phelps was caught driving under the influence in Salisbury, Maryland. The shamed and humble Phelps, however, saw his wrongdoings and decided to make up for them. He pleaded guilty and paid his fine and did his time with a month's worth of community service by going to high schools and speaking out against drug and alcohol abuse. Phelps knew that it didn't matter who you were or what mistakes you had made, but that everything was inevitable. And if you repent for your mistakes, then you were doing the right thing. And Phelps was still hard at work and could continue to create new world records from 2006 to 2007, until his greatest Olympic experience yet to come. In 2008, Michael Phelps was off to Beijing Olympics in China. Phelps won almost gold in almost every single category, including the famous 100-meter butterfly final, in which Phelps won by only 1/100th of a second. In doing so, he had officially surpassed Mark Spitz and had participated in what is arguably one of the greatest races in history. Phelps had finally made it. After that, Phelps went on to write his own autobiography, No Limits, The Will to Succeed, along with co-founding the swim camp Swim with the Stars, and also starting the Michael Phelps Foundation to promote healthy lives for children across America. The best part about this is that Phelps created the club with the $1 million his Speedo endorsements had earned him. The foundation is still in effect today and working closely with the Boys and Girls Club of America. Michael Phelps is one of the best athlete role models out there in this world, whose achievements in and out of the pool are surpassed by no man. Out of all of his accomplishments and hard work, the greatest thing he has done is set the bar for all aspiring youth. Michael sent a message that wasn't specific to just athletes. He said, you can't put a limit on anything. The more you dream, the further you get. I know that it's safe to say that I got this message. Can you say the same?